Well, hello. How's everybody doing? You've been reading? I don't know about you, but I just got a book in the mail today and I am so excited to read it. But first of all, I have a book for you. I think you're going to like it. It's kind of interesting. It's called Ducky. It's written by Eve Bunting with illustrations by David Wisniewski. And his illustrations are all like a cut paper sort of collage thing. Kind of fun. And when we read, what good readers always do is they're always asking yourself questions. I wonder why that is. What's going to happen next? Why do I think this is happening? Why did the author do that? You ask questions before you read, you ask questions during the time you're reading, and you ask questions after you read. So when you start a book, mostly all you have is the cover. And I see a duck. She looks like she could be a plastic duck out on the ocean, and I wonder what she's doing there. So the name of the book is Ducky, and this is one of those books where there are pictures before the book starts. So you always want to check that just to make sure, because sometimes there's a little bit of the story ahead of time. So I see a big, gigantic ship on the ocean, and I saw a little duck, so I wonder what that's going to be about. I'm a yellow plastic duck, and I am in great danger. That already makes me wonder. Yesterday, I was snuggled safe with hundreds of other bathtub toys. We were in a crate on a big ship. A storm came. Our crate was washed overboard. Wow. So she's in danger. I wonder what the danger's from. Down, down, down it went. We tumbled around inside. Yellow ducks, green frogs, blue turtles, and red beavers. Bump! Crash! We hit bottom. The crate broke and we bobbed like colored bubbles to the surface. Huh. So you got a whole crate full of bath toys out in the middle of the ocean. The sun is rising now and the sea is pink. My bathtub friends float all around me. Our ship has disappeared. The sea is big, big, big. I am so scared. I wonder if the people on the ship even knew that the ducks fell off, that the toys and the ducks fell off. Fish with watery eyes come to stare. A sea snake wiggles itself among us. A great monster head rises close to me. Shark! I go from scared to terrified. Oh, I wonder if they're going to be eaten by the shark. That would be horrible. The shark's mouth opens and it gulps in a frog, 2 beavers, 3 turtles, and me. Things and bits of things are stuck in its giant teeth. Pfft! It shakes its head and spits us out. I guess we are not too tasty, though we are guaranteed non-toxic. I wish I could swim and get away, but all we can do is float. It is a relief when the shark goes. I'm wondering what is going to happen to all these animals. Where are they going to go? A wedge of pelican flies above us. Oh, how I wish I could fly. I'd fly to safety. The frog next to me is turned upside down by a wave and then right side up by another. But we are drifting far from one another. Great sea spaces separate us. High on a sea swell, I see us spread across the ocean for miles and miles. So it sounds like he's getting separated from all the other animals. And they seem to be way out in the ocean. The next morning, I have no yellow ducks, green frogs, blue turtles, or red beavers to keep me company. Like the ship, they have left, and I am alone. Huh. I can't tell how long I float on the big empty ocean. There are days when the sun sparks the water, when the ocean is blue with white ruffles. There are days when I float through the rain. Days when the wind blows me backward, tumbling me like a yellow ball. It is all the same to me. I only know the loneliness. Oh, the poor little fella. There are days when the fog hides me even from myself. Then I am lonelier than ever. There are nights of clouds and nights of constellations. There is a moon and another and another. The water must be colder now. Ice nudges me. Seals bark as I go by. Will I float in this ocean forever and ever? That's kind of the question I'm wondering. Is he just going to keep out there? Is anybody ever going to find him? Looks like he's up near icebergs. There's a lot of people up there. It is on a day of pale light that I feel the sea lift me, carry me, and crash me down. I'm somersaulting over small stones. What is happening to me now? Someone is shouting, I found one! I found one! It's a duck! Huh. Wonder who that is. And why are they saying I found one? A boy's face is close to mine. We are nose to beak, beak to nose. Another boy rubs my head. Hi, Ducky. That's what I'll call him. Ducky, my boy says. His friend grins. Good name, very original. I need to report that I found him, my boy says. He gets on a bike. Mrs. James is keeping a record for science. For science? Me? Why would he have to go tell his teacher that he found a rubber duck on the beach? What is this business about science? My gosh, look at this. It's so great to see so many of my friends again. Look at that. Wonder if lots of them washed up on the beach. Now we are in a room. My boy sets me on a table. I found him down on the beach, Mrs. James, he tells a woman. Thank you for reporting it, she says. She writes in a notebook. I'll put it on my ducks found list. People are finding a lot of these bathtub toys around town. The scientists are so interested. Ducky's coming home with me, my boy says. Wonder why the scientists are interested. We ride to his house and he puts me in his bathtub. Oh, I am so happy. I am a bathtub duck, fulfilling my destiny. How wondrous it is to be able to float. Now, when I get that far, I have a whole lot of questions. What is this about the ducks? Why were scientists interested? Why were they showing up on the beach there? Luckily for us, there is an author's note at the end, where sometimes the author tells us extra information that wasn't in the story. And this I thought was fascinating. In 1992, a crate containing 29,000 plastic bathtub toy animals left on a ship from Hong Kong, China, bound for Tacoma, Washington, USA. It was washed overboard in a storm. Hundreds of toys have since been found beached on the eastern shore of the Gulf of Alaska. Scientists are checking the findings and sightings to learn more about the currents, winds, and tides. Using computers, they plot and track the remaining toys. Some, they believe, will go to the Arctic Ocean and ride a course toward the North Pole. Some could sail around the top of the world to the North Atlantic. One lone duck has been found off Washington State. How wondrous it is to be able to float. So it turns out that she based this story on a real event. So she made up a story about this one duck based on an actual event. Well, I was so interested when this got over that I got online and I typed in bathtub toys dumped off a ship or something like that. And there is a ton of information out there. Someone's made a movie. A man wrote a whole entire book starting with the ducks and then learning about ocean pollution. There's a map that shows where all the ducks went. So I took a little bit of that information and put it in a document which will go along with this video if you want to look. But if you want to look up some more information, they have pictures of the actual ducks and frogs and things that people have found. Really interesting. I I kind of spent a lot of time looking that up today. So I hope you enjoyed this story, and I hope you remember to have your brain always asking questions. And I will see you next week with another book. Keep reading, and if you want to tell us a fact that you found about the ducks, go ahead and put it in a comment, or you can email me, or you can tell your teacher. Or if you have a book that you really think is fantastic that we should read, make a little recommendation for us and put that in the comments as well. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.